Everybody, here I am, finally doing this video for all of you. I did do a video and it was like 30 minutes long, way too long, and I was still sick. I think I was on my probably 6th or 7th day, and I look horrible. You can really see that I'm sick. So, anyhow, I want to give you this. I'm going to leave it there for a while so you can take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Okay. This is the regiment that I came up with using a lot of knowledge from others. So do your own homework. Whatever I say in here is my own experience, and that's that. If you choose to do your own homework and just use this video as information, that's why it's here. I'm not diagnosing anything. Okay, so with that said, I've had COVID twice. The first time it was when we lived with my mother-in-law in Menifee, and that was back in 2020 when we did go to a festival for my birthday, and I was also doing lots and lots of massages, so it's hard to know where I got sick, but I got sick really bad. And this time around, I know that I got sick from Omicron. Now, Omicron is supposed to be less severe, and it was less severe for myself, which I'm very grateful. But I don't know if it's because it's just less severe or because I have immunity from being sick before, which was 2 years ago. I don't know if the antibodies last that long, or if it's because I'm vaccinated. And I was actually vaccinated 3 weeks prior to the illness with Omicron that I just had. So that did give my body enough time to build up more antibodies from the booster. Sorry for all of the noises, my little ones here. Okay, so let's talk about Jace. Well, no, let's talk about the regimen. In case you don't want to watch the whole video, which I encourage you to watch to the end. So we all know vitamin D deficiency is a health crisis in the United States. And now there's findings that vitamin D vitamin D3 has a big role in the regimen for COVID. So you want to get vitamin D3. You are able to take up to 50,000 IUs a day for up to 5 days. And then after that, you want to drop it down to 5,000. So this is the one that I have, and it is at 5,000. I'm at the end of my bottle. So you can take one a day or go outside. What? Yes, you can eat that. And also doubling it up when you're sick. Yes, Jace, I'm doing my video. Yes, Jace. Okay, so vitamin D, you need to have that. Also, you need to have a really good vitamin C that is absorbable. You could take up to 200 mg's a day, 2 times a day for 5 days. Then regularly, you can take up to 2,000 a day. I do have a really big bottle from Costco that I was taking. I put it in a smaller bottle. But then, when I was sick, my landlord, who's a nurse, texted me. She said that I needed to get quercetin right away. That was going to really help my body fight the virus. And once I started taking it, it did. I noticed a big difference right away. This one I got from the vitamin shop, and it comes with vitamin C in it already. So I ditched the other one and I'm just taking this. What quercetin is an antioxidant, and it says on there immune support and seasonal health. So you could just have it on you for a cold, for colds and flus as well. Oh, and it helps your body absorb the zinc, which is also really important in fighting off of viruses. Zinc, I was not very prepared for. I did have this zinc cold therapy, and they're in like little tablets, and they taste amazing. They dissolve. It's like a homeopathy thing. Well, this thing is a pain in the butt. You have to remember to take them. Take one every 3 hours, and then you can't eat or drink anything. It's just a pain in the butt, even though it tastes really good, and it doesn't have a lot of zinc. That one little tablet that I took was only 11 mgs. You could take 75 mgs a day with food. So I ditched that. Lesson learned, and then I just went way cheaper route, zinc. 50 mgs. Close to 75. Just take one of those. The next thing on there was quercetin. Of course, do your own research. I read a little bit. Something said if you're on ivermectin, you should not be taking that one. Depending on what your symptoms are. For me, I had fever, and it was mostly like a flu. So you have to have flu over-the-counter medications in your home. You have to have that. So for me, I used NyQuil and DayQuil, and that helped me tremendously. But there is an aspirin regimen on here. I don't take aspirin. You don't take it with any blood thinners. Some people have upset stomachs or GI tract things going on. I'm lucky enough that I didn't have any of that, but you could take Pepcid AC. You could do 20 mgs once a day for up to 14 days. Okay. The next thing on my list is melatonin. I didn't take that, but you can go 3 to 10 mgs at night. B complex. I take a multivitamin, so I didn't take that, and I take lots of herbs too, so I didn't take that. The other things that I did take were NAC. This is another antioxidant, and I didn't know antioxidants play a huge role in fighting viruses. Please do your own research on this. This, I was told, helps with the liver, and also a huge like helper with any what is it called? Bronchial breathing problems, asthma. It's a huge support for respiratory. So why isn't this in everybody's house? This is really hard to get. You have to know where to get it. I got it at the vitamin shop. When COVID-19 happened, a lot of major grocery stores and places where you get your vitamins stopped selling it. I don't know why, they just did, and I'm really glad that the vitamin shop has it, and I bought a big bottle, so now I'm stocked up. The next thing that is not on the that regimen is CoQ10. I got this one. It's a highly absorbable vitamin, and my problem was my energy at the end of my COVID is that I was super fatigued, and what happens is that the virus attacks my mitochondria, in my cells, and the mitochondria helps with energy. So the COVID robs my body of energy. And so supplementing with more energy is what was recommended to me by a nurse practitioner. So do your own research. I don't really. Oh, this is like something about with like the blood and cardiologist. So do your own research. It's working for me. I think I'm on day like 17 or 20 around that time, and I'm finally feeling better. My energy is back. My brain fog has gone away. And my taste is coming back and my smell's coming back. Yay! So I went to work for 1 week, and then I had this whole week off for President's Week, which I'm so thankful. We just got lots of rest. What, buddy? Okay, so now I'm going to talk about my COVID experience and being sick and stuff. So if you want to stick around for that, you're welcome. So I'm going to talk about how we got sick. Jace goes to public school and they wear masks and stuff like that, but this year he's been getting so like hammered with all these colds and flu bugs and stuff, and bringing it home and giving it to me. So I've been occasionally getting sick too, just from being back into a social learning environment. That's how he's been getting sick. And me as well, from not being around people for a long time. So I was actually sick with a cold and fighting that cold at the end. And Jace gets sick one weekend and has a 102 temperature and a fever all day with a mild cough. Thankful it's the weekend, so maybe he can go back to school on Monday. Sunday, fever is gone, and he just has a cough, and he has energy and playing and stuff like that. So we were thinking, okay, he's definitely going to go to school on Monday. That this thing just passed, ran its course. Then Monday morning comes, and he has 100-degree fever, and he still has that cough. So we didn't send him to school. We COVID tested him, and he was positive. Okay, so we were surprised. Then that was his 4th day. I say 4th day because the day before that, on Friday Friday when I got him from school, he was just like a little off. I could just tell like he might have not been feeling good, but he wasn't having any symptoms or expressing to me that he didn't feel good. It's just my intuition. So that's the day 1. Day 5, Tuesday, he didn't have any temperature, and it was just a cough. And I don't even think, yeah, I think it was just a cough. And that was the end of his COVID experience. 5 days of symptoms with a lingering cough, and that cough was subdued with homeopathy, Highlands cough syrup. The Cough Defend, it covers like all these different coughs, and that worked really good for him. We also gave him Tylenol, and he was good. I was so scared when we got the announcement that he had COVID, and he did great. So for me, he had to test again, so go back to school. And on day 6, we went to the school, and I tested, and he tested because I work for the school, and because he was sick, I didn't have to test because I was just taking care of him, but I got tested anyways because I wanted to know. I didn't have any symptoms while he was sick. So I thought maybe I was gonna be lucky and not get sick. So I was I'm vaccinated. So it got tested. We both came back as positive. So that was in the morning. As the day went on, I started to get some symptoms. I started to get symptoms. Okay, so my symptoms started out very mild. It was just a runny nose and sneezing, and slight body aches. And I did check my temperature, and I did have 100-degree temperature in the afternoon. So that's when I started to take my regimen, which I should have started when Jace got sick. And especially on that Monday when he tested positive, I should have started my regimen for myself, because I know that that would have had a major effect on my symptoms. So you guys buy all of that stuff if you want to be prepared if you ever get exposed. Okay, you want to have all of these things at home with a lot of rest and a lot of water as well. On day 2, I had a fever. I still had a fever of 99.2. And I did start taking over-the-counters, NyQuil and Dayquil. I did have body aches. Continued on day 3. Still had a temperature of 99.5. And this body aches. And it was like flu, but it was like I could deal with it. I was like, I remember feeling, if this is all the symptoms that I get, that I would be fine. I could pull through this COVID thing. So on day 4, my fever started to subside, but that was the first and only day when my chest, not my lungs, my chest started getting tight. And it was really freaky and really scary. And I stayed away from any triggers that would trigger anxiety or panic, because I didn't want to be going into panic mode and to have that affecting my breathing. I could breathe. My nails showed me that I had good oxygen. So for that matter, I didn't go to a hospital. I didn't have to go anywhere. I just stayed home and rested. That was the only thing that I could do for myself, was rest. Sitting, doing nothing, drinking water, remembering my regimen, writing it down, keeping track of the time when I had to take my next vitamins or regimen. Okay, that was the only job that I had, and to take care of Jace. Thank God that went away. It didn't last very long. Now, I think I did have tightness of the chest like a day or 2 prior. I just kind of ignored it. And that was only worse. I only had one worse day, which was on day 4. Thank goodness on day 5, that cleared up. So weird. I talked to other people, and they also, like, symptoms would come, and then they would go, and then you get a new symptom, and then it would come, and then it would go, and then you get different symptoms, which is very freakingly strange. Okay, so on day 5, I started feeling okay. Like, I was feeling good. Like, all those symptoms are going away. I did start getting mucus, and then the low energy started. So that inflammation part of the virus was starting to set in. Very lethargic, brain fog, super brain fog. And then I started losing my taste and my smell, but mostly my smell. The same thing, same symptoms on day 7. And then on day 8, I started getting night sweats and like hot flashes at night. And then I started sneezing, and the sneeze was like, oh my gosh, like not like an allergy sneeze, like a powerful sneeze that the virus wanted to escape my body because it was at the end of its life cycle for me. And then after that, the sneezing went away. It was like only one day. I still had the brain fog and low energy, just really exhausted and tired. So I kept up with my regimen. I kept taking the quercetin and the NAC and the CoQ10 and the zinc and the D, and all of that like really helped, and just time and resting. And yeah, I encourage you to keep a diary. I encourage you to have a COVID flu kit at home with all of those things in there. And depending on what other symptoms you get, you can look it up, what other things that could happen to you, like the gastrointestinal thing. You might want to have the Pepcid AC and stuff like that. I hope that this helps you. My husband didn't get sick, and he was able to work the whole time, so that was awesome. And my son was able to go to school when he was better, even though I was still sick, which was really nice, so I could rest. The testing part was like really hard to do, because if you're sick and you have to go to a testing site, that kind of sucked. So maybe also having testing kits at home for those days that you don't want to leave the house. We were very lucky that, you know, my husband could go grocery shopping and stuff, so we didn't have to worry about food and stuff. Why don't you come up here and be part of the video and say bye-bye?
Even one of these cars?
All right. Hi, Jay.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm Jay.
I'm Jay.
Look in the video. My little COVID survivor. Now we have muscles here. Show our muscles. We have antibodies. Yay! Look. Mwah.
Can I get up there one last time?
What?
Can I get up there one last time?
Yeah. Hurry up. I'm going to end the video.
Love you.
Aw, love you, beautiful people. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.